Alright, this video I want to make a product warning about this bob dummy. This intention is not to hurt the business of Century Martial Arts and this product. The intention is to encourage them to better the product, to put more research and development, to improve the product, to make it last longer and work better. I've purchased probably 10 of these, bob dummies, and they're not cheap. They're not inexpensive. They're at least $300, $400, and that's like around the wholesale price. You're talking about the retail price; it's even more than that, maybe $450. This is the Bob XL, so this is the large one with the shorts that come with it. So it's bigger, more surface area to hit. And through the many years that I've used this product, probably over at least over 10 years, buying about 10 of them, I'm going to go over some of the issues with this product that need to be improved. And through the years, they have worked on making it better, and it looks a little different and it feels a little different sometimes from the ones that they had in the past. But I hope that they make this even better after hearing about my feedback here. Alright, so the good thing about it is, it's hard to run a martial arts school without something like this. This is an excellent product that we use all the time, and I love how you can hit all these different areas, be very precise, hitting them in the eyes, hitting them in the ears, hitting them in the throat, the neck, the chest, the stomach, the groin area. There's just so many different areas that you can hit. I love training with it. Certain techniques is very effective. So it's a great product. But some of the issues that I noticed is that as I was using the bob dummy through the years, or maybe even through the months, it gets really soft up here where his head is. And I used to have like 4 of them, and I was wondering, like, why is the head so squishy and soft? Like, I want something harder to hit, something where it would, give some resistance when I punch it or kick it. And it turns out I've kind of discovered why that happens. Because I would use somebody else's bob, and then their head will be they'll be harder. And I think, maybe I just bought the wrong bob. Like, maybe I should get the original one, the one that doesn't have the shorts. Maybe the head is harder. So I ended up doing that. I bought the original bob without the shorts, hoping that the head would be, more dense. And at the time, it was more dense. And when I hit it, there's something behind there. But what happens is through time, this thing is filled with foam. So there's a foam material underneath. What happens when you keep hitting this over and over and over again, the foam starts breaking down, and then the foam doesn't come from the head anymore. The foam starts coming down to the body. So the foam starts breaking down and starts coming down to the body, and then the head gets super soft, where you can just squeeze it in so easily, and then there's just nothing there. So then when you punch it, there's no resistance. So then all the foam comes down to like the stomach area, the chest area, and there's no foam up here. So that's one issue. What happens also is the foam starts leaking down from the bottom, and foam starts coming out of the bottom of the bob. So when you start hitting it, you'll see foam particles all over the floor. And that's a consistent problem with all the bobs. And I tried to do something to seal it up, and I even used like some type of rubbery material that I sprayed on there, and it made it worse. So if you look at the bottom, you'll see this black thing that I sprayed around to try to cover up the foam, but it just made the situation worse, and I just shouldn't have done that at all. But regardless, the foam not only comes out of these two metal pieces, because originally the metal pieces come off. You could take it out, and then I thought that the problem was the foam was coming through the metal pieces. So what I did is I glued the metal pieces together, or here, in hopes that it just stopped the foam from coming out. But not only is the foam coming out the metal pieces, the foam is also just coming out of the entire area surrounding this area right here. The foam would come out of there. And then I also realized that the foam would also come out of the face. Because through time, you know, hitting this bob so much, I would also use weapons such as nunchucks and sticks with it. It would tear up the face. And now this bob has been significantly torn. The most torn that I've ever seen his face before. And what happens is the foam would come out of the face as well. So not only is the foam coming out the bottom, but the foam is also coming out the face. And if you notice, if you bring it up really close, you'll see what happened to the bob. There's a hole right here, and you'll see the foam back there, right? And then there's also a hole on his nose, and this whole area right here just split open. So you see the foam back there, and basically that's the damage right now. This huge hole right here, and then this right here. Okay, and I forgot exactly when I bought this, but it might have only been, I probably only had it maybe like 2-3 years. And already this damage is here. I don't use knives on it, I don't use swords on it. I just do the punching and the kicking, and we use nunchucks, and we use, sometimes we use sais, sometimes we use bow staffs. But that's the main complaint that I have about this product. But you know, for the money that you pay, you know, it's almost $500 for this bob. It's at least around $400. You could get a wooden dummy for around $1,000. But the wooden dummy, from my practice of it, is, you know, it lasts longer. You know, this bob, you know, you pay $300-400 for it. It's not gonna be able to last that long. As you see, the type of damage that happens with this. And if you look at the face, there's like really nothing there to punch. I mean, I could just squeeze in everything, and there's just nothing here anymore. So I hope that they will put in consideration, you know, how to make the face stronger. You know, it shouldn't be splitting open like this. You know, if you're not using sharp objects and things like that. I think that they need to put more research and development to make the face stronger, and they need to put more research and development to make the foam on the upper part, this head area, to be a lot stronger than it is. Because the foam just keeps breaking down and just keeps coming down, and all these things, particles are all over the floor, and I don't like that. And you know, if there's no motivation for them to improve the product, people just keep buying it, then they're not going to put any research and development to make it better. But if this video gets out there and people start to complain about, you know, the deficiencies of this product, then it could encourage them to put in the effort to make it better. You know, and that's essentially what I want them to do. I want them to make it better. There's really no other company that makes a product like this. Bob is pretty much the only thing out there. And once again, you know, it is a great product, but it can be much better. And my main complaint is this head area. You know, there's a lot of strikes that come to this head, and they didn't make the head very strong. You know, you see it's tearing open. The foam in there is some, you know, it's not high density quality foam. It just keeps, you know, just coming out everywhere. As far as the body is concerned, you know, the stomach area and the short area, I mean, it's been keeping up. It's been doing well, but it's always been this head area that's been an issue, you know. And I hope that they work on making it better, you know. And this is a forewarning that I want to give to the people out there that purchase this. It's not going to last that long, you know, if you use it a lot. Say maybe 2 years or so, and then you might start seeing some problems. Or maybe even within a few months, you're going to notice some problems as far as the foam coming off from the bottom of the bob and things like that. Alright, so I just wanted to give my honest feedback on this product, and I do hope that Century does put in the work to make this product better. Take care.